So one thing we know and we've learned about Brian Gutekunst is that he loves his offensive linemen, and you can't blame the guy because he's trying to protect his biggest asset out there in Jordan Love. And let's be honest with ourselves as we approach week one, the Green Bay Packers offensive line is completely banged up right now. I mean, you've got Elton Jenkins who's banged up. You've got Aaron Banks who continues to miss time with a back injury. You've got Jacob Monk with hamstring injuries. You've got Travis Glover who's out for the season. Who knows with John Williams if this dude's going to even play at all this year. So the Green Bay Packers recognize this as, okay, we've got 7 offensive linemen that we can plug and play right now. That's not going to cut it. If you're looking over the duration of the season, you're going to need that 8th offensive lineman. The Green Bay Packers go out, they make a move. I really love the move, and we're going to talk about that here. But Adam Schefter reported that the Green Bay Packers have made a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia is now acquiring a 2027. We're not talking 2026. This is a 2027 6th-round pick from the Green Bay Packers in exchange for an offensive tackle, Darian Kinnard, who, by the way, when you start talking about Darian Kinnard and who this guy is and all of that. So Darian Kinnard, he was a Kentucky Wildcat. He was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs, where he won 2 Super Bowls. And then prior to 2024 season, when he signed with the Philadelphia Eagles, oh, by the way, that's his 3rd Super Bowl. This is a guy that can go out there. He's got some veteran experience. This is a guy that I think would be excellent for the offensive line. When you start talking, I think this dude instantly becomes the 8th best offensive line. We're going to take a look at the depth chart here in a moment, but let's look at his PFF stats. So Darian Kinnard, when you're looking at his overall PFF stats, is a 61.3. His pass block grade is not the greatest out there, but that's at tackle where he's played 52.4 as a pass block grade, a 64.3 run block. We know this dude can run block, and the Green Bay Packers, and I think the Green Bay Packers, when you look at the offensive line for this Packer team, you've got Anthony Belton, you've got Rasheed Walker, you've got Jordan Morgan, you've got Zach Tom, all playing tackle. I don't think he's going to be a tackle for the Green Bay Packers. I think he's going to be a guard. He's either going to be a left guard or right guard. He's going to be a swing guy out there for the Green Bay Packers. Okay, so again, pass block grade. He's going to be a better pass blocker given his size. As a guard for the Green Bay Packers, he's 6'5", 322 pounds. This dude can move. Okay, he's can actually get out there. He's pretty good spatially. Watch some highlight reels of him. But let's take a look at the Green Bay Packer depth chart as it stands right now. Okay, so as it sits right now at left tackle, you've got Rasheed Walker. Now, he and Jordan Morgan have been battling it out in training camp. So interesting in preseason as well. Let's see who's going to win that starting starting role, and then who's going to be the rotational piece. And then you've got Aaron Banks, who, again, has been battling some back injuries. But if he's not able to go, say he's not able to go week 1 against the Detroit Lions, what does that look like for this Packer offensive line? Because I think instantly at that particular point in time, you're going to see Darian Kinnard maybe bump right into that starting rotation for the Green Bay Packers. You got Elton Jenkins playing center. He's been banged up. And if he's not able to go, you've got Sean Ryan who's going to play center. Then you're going to be rotating some pieces around. Sean Ryan at right guard, Zach Tom at right tackle. You've got Anthony Belton. I really like Anthony Belton a lot. I think this dude is going to be a very, very good offensive lineman. He's much better than a Darian Kinnard. However, Darian Kinnard has the experience. And, if you had to pick between the two, I think Darian Kinnard's going to get the starting nod over Anthony Belton due to the rawness of Anthony Belton out there. This is a guy that's not going to get you penalties. He's not going to get you false start penalties, any of that stuff that we saw from Anthony Belton preseason game number 2 out there. This is a guy that you would plug and play over Anthony Belton, in my opinion. Leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts there. Then you've got Jacob Monk right now at center, who is battling some hamstring injuries. And so this is a rotational piece for the Green Bay Packers. And by the way, he's better than Kadeem Tolfert. And I do like the size of Kadeem Tolfert. That guy is just an absolute animal out there. He just looks like he looks like a bear out there. But Darian Kinnard is a better offensive lineman than Kadeem Tolfert. And so I think instantly you've got Kennard being the eighth best offensive lineman out there, if not the seventh best at the moment, given the fact that Anthony Belton is a bit raw and all of that. But when you take into account Brian Gutekunst and just his general manager skills, again, I keep saying it over and over again, but this is one of the better GMs in the league. Say what you want about him, and I know a lot of people are like, man, if we would have only traded for a Micah Parsons. By the way, the Packers have, and it's been rumored and talked about that the Packers have been in talks with the Dallas Cowboys to trade for Micah Parsons, and who knows what that looks like. They're probably offering up, Rashawn Gary in a pick or two for that. But the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, he's stubborn. He said he's not going to be parting ways with Micah Parsons. That's a whole new story and topic for another day. But Brian Gutekunst is a very good general manager. He recognizes a problem. If you're entering, the season with only 7 offensive linemen as it sits right now, that's a problem for this Green Bay Packer offensive front, because we're just injury, and who knows if Jenkins is going to be ready to go at the beginning of the season. Who knows if Aaron Banks is going to be ready to go at the beginning of the season. If either of those guys are missing, that changes the front 5 of this Green Bay Packer protection for Jordan Love. So a guy like Kennard is an instant plug and play where you can bring him in and you only give up a 2027 sixth round pick for him. I think that's an absolute moneymaker for this Green Bay Packer roster. And let's remind everybody out there that Brian Gutekunst last season, right before the season started, he won the lottery of making moves right before the season started and getting a guy in Malik Willis, who we need to rely on week 2 of the regular season. And Malik Willis came in there and won us a couple of games, week 2 and 3, while Jordan Love was recovering from that knee injury. And Malik Willis, it was that diamond in the rough that the Tennessee Titans were looking back and instantly being like, oh my gosh, talk about seller's remorse. They're like, what do we do? Why did we give up Willis? Because we desperately need him on our team. And I think that Kennard is absolutely that guy for the Green Bay Packers. That was a home run hit for Brian Gutekunst. It's incredibly valuable to have that depth on your offensive line, and Kennard certainly is that depth piece for them. I want you guys to leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. I love the move by Brian Gutekunst, and as always, go Pack Go.